and welcome to the Knapp Medical Center post-game show where it's a victory for your Wesco Panthers. They win tonight, the home opener, by a final score of 27-8 on a hot, humid night. September weather, and it's a victory for Wesco. Let's go to the highlights in this one because it was one to watch. Chris Luna, oh, what a game he had here tonight. First quarter, he gets hit, and he keeps going right here. Somehow keeps his feet moving towards the goal line, and he's in for the score. And the Wesco Panthers are on the board early on, 6-0. Second drive, how about Luna once again with the catch, and then a nifty little move right there, spins around, and he's at the 21-yard line. Same drive, and then Frankie Trevino, the senior quarterback, finds Luna for the catch, and that's another touchdown for the young man. How about a two-point conversion? Try to make it 14-0. Luna right there at the goal line with a nice grab, and the Wesco Panthers are leading 14-0 there in the first quarter. Third quarter we go here. Defense getting into the action, and an interception here by Ryan Black. Oh, and he's got blockers out in front of him, and he turns into a running back right here. Finds the lane, finds the end zone, touchdown. Wesco Panthers with the lead, 20-0, and yes, the lights go crazy. Special teams also in on the action here tonight. Check this out. Right in the middle of the field, right at the 30, picked up by the Wesco Panthers. And so the special teams definitely played a role. Chris Luna tonight, another 30-yard catch. He had, I think, 2 or 3 30-yard plus catches. Ended up with 3 touchdowns. What a big night for the young man.
Don't forget, this young man played defensive back last year as a sophomore and had to make the transition to running back / receiver, and has done very, very well, coming up with big plays in the first 2 games, and then tonight a monster game, scoring all those touchdowns and uplifting the Panthers to their first victory.
We're going to bring him up on the stage. Here he is, number 2, the junior for the Wesco Panthers, played last year as a sophomore. Congratulations. What are they feeding you that you're able to produce so well during the early part of the season, Chris?
Our O-line, they're just helping us out. Honestly, all the touchdowns is all them. They help me out. Yes, sir.
So, Chris, tell us, when did you find out that you were going to make the transition from defense to offense? As a matter of fact, you still play a little bit of defense, I think. I remember seeing you, but primarily you're an offensive player now. So when did they tell you the news? What was your reaction, and how did you prepare yourself?
Coach Strowman told me in the offseason that he wanted me to play both sides of the ball. So I told him whatever he needs. So, yes, sir.
So are you listed as a running back? Or are you a wide receiver on the offensive side of the ball? Does it matter to you?
No, sir.
Do you have any experience? Did you play middle school offense?
Yes, sir. I played offense in middle school.
What did it feel to be, to come back? I know y'all played some tremendous games. The offensive looked very, very explosive. I know you have 2 losses against Harlingen and McCallum Memorial. What did it feel like? Okay, you know what? We're close. We need to get that victory under our belt to come home and do it. How did it feel to get here tonight in front of the home crowd?
It feels amazing. I feel blessed. It feels good to win at home. First game home. I feel like the crowd needed us to win.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So something that we talked about in a pregame show was, if the Panthers could just get off to a good start. They fought behind in the first 2 games by double digits, 18 points against Harlingen, 14 points against McCallum Memorial. So they're like, if they can just get off to a good start, stay with them the first half or whatever, they're going to be just fine. Was that something you guys addressed this week?
Yeah, we needed to start fast. Both games, we haven't finished how we wanted, but today we got off to a fast start and had a good result.
You guys have some chemistry with Frankie Trevino. I mean, is that something that started during the summer? Maybe 7-on-7 or anything like that?
Me and Frankie, we've always clicked. Us together, it's amazing. I love Frankie. Frankie can hear me. I love you, Frank.
He's around here somewhere.
What has been your impressions with Frankie as quarterback, being that he's a first-year starter at quarterback? He played a receiver last year.
I always told Frank, just trust us. I know what our offense is capable of. I know what we can do, and I know we can score. We just gotta trust. We gotta play together, and yes.
All right, we'll let you go. Fans are here. Parents, I'm sure, out there as well. 3 touchdowns for Chris Luna. How about a big hand for the young man? A great night once again for him. We'll let you go. Thank you very much.
Giving a shout out to Mom.
All right, Chris Luna Jr., wide receiver for the West Coast Panthers. A great game tonight. He's off to such a good start with him and the connection with Frankie Trevino. Coach Strowman, come on board and talk a little bit more about this game. And congratulations, Coach. How does it feel to win here at home?
First and foremost, all due respect to Leo Mireles and the LBJ football team. They have a really good football team, very well coached. They've got a good football team, and they gave us everything tonight. Second of all, man, it felt good to be home. The big crowd, the 12th man, that's what we needed. After an 0-2 start, we challenged our kids. There's a saying that we always say, start fast and finish faster, and that was the saying all week. And I thought that Coach Ramirez and the defensive staff did a tremendous job, a good plan in place, and the kids executed. And then offensively, Coach Peña and the offensive staff did a good job of, we wanted to score on that opening drive, and we did. So hats off to the coaches and to the kids for executing tonight.
You know what, Coach? You talk about the 12th man, and now what the new LED lights are. The LED lights, the 13th man now, or give us your thoughts on the LED lights. How did you?
I didn't even know what to expect. That's all our superintendent and athletic director. So hats off to our Dr. Rivera and Freire Rodriguez on that. They did a tremendous job with those lights.
The defense, we talked about starting fast. The defense came out that first drive. LBJ was moving down, but they came up with a 4th down stop. Talk about them.
Yeah, we had a couple. They pinned us back, and they challenged us, and our defense stepped up and made some big stops. And I think we're young, but we're starting to mature, and hopefully we're peaking at the right time and into district. That's the main goal.
Your thoughts, Coach, on Frankie as a quarterback, Chris Luna coming in, making a transition from defensive back to receiver / running back, and both of them play multiple positions. Just your thoughts, how they're playing and how Frankie's clicking with all his receivers.
Oh, without a doubt. Chris is a hybrid. He can play defense. He can play anything, and he just loves to. If you see him with a big smile, he's out there having fun. But the leader out there is Frankie. He's the manager of the whole game, and man, he kicks, he punts, sells popcorn, whatever. I mean, he does everything for us. But offensive line, no one ever talks about the offensive line. I thought they protected well, a lot of pockets, and gave Frankie enough time to find Chris. So I thought our offensive line did well as well.
And your offense has been rolling over the past few years. But this year, I don't know how many 30-plus, 40-plus yard passes y'all have. Have y'all been working on something different, going deeper in the playbook now that you've had this offense around for a few more years?
Offensive line. Okay. If they can block and protect Frankie, that allows the receivers to get farther into the field, and it allows to find those creases and alleys in order for them to catch a football.
Something that we talked about in the pregame show was the new district and also the non-district schedule. I'm a really big fan of how you guys schedule games this year, starting with the Harlan J. McCallum Memorial, then tonight at Laredo BJ, next week Laredo United, San Benito to conclude non-district before you move into district. Talk about how important those games are, how it's preparing you guys for district. Those are grueling games right there.
Yeah. At the end of the day, our goals are not to go 10-0. Our goal is to go 1-0. Our goal is to contend for district championship, make playoffs, practice on Thanksgiving, and then play in December. Those are our goals. And last year was last year. This team has a new identity. This is their team. And victory tonight, playing the type of caliber teams that we're facing, they're going to expose our weaknesses. That's the things that we need to work on in order to get ready for district.
All right, Coach, we'll go ahead and let you go.
I appreciate you guys.
On the road next week, Laredo United.
Yes, sir, on Saturday.
Okay, Coach.
Thank you, Mike.
Congratulations.
All right, thank you very much, Coach Strowman. Mike, the defense here played lights out as well. I know there was a score late in the game. The final score was 26-8, but 27-8, excuse me. But there was one point in the game, LBJ driving down the field. I want to make sure I get the name right. Devenis, where he made like 3 or 4 plays in a row.
Yeah.
He was all over the place. An incredible night for him.
Yeah, and I think all of them were open field tackles, which is more impressive. He had to make the play by himself, and he was out on an island with other players out there making the tackle, making those important stops there. But yeah, Laredo LBJ, if you notice, Carlos, they had a drive in the second quarter where they basically chewed up about 7 or 8 minutes. They ate pretty much the whole second quarter. And we thought, well, I think that was their game plan there, was just kind of control the game, control the ball, ball. But unfortunately for LBJ, they fell behind, the way Westco did this past few weeks. And so they had to play catch up, and the Panthers just kind of pressured them. And it was led by their defense, including with Stevanis. We had a couple of players that stepped up that had a very good game. And I think they needed that, Carlos, defensively.
How about a shout out to the tuba section right behind us right here, the Panther Corps. An amazing job tonight. Y'all are fabulous out there. They look like they're ready for a pigskin season already, the way they played tonight. And they look very sharp in their uniforms. But the band matching the play on the field by the football players, all around, just a spectacular night. Student body, JAR OTC, the dance team, and the cheerleaders as well. Also, Mike, talk about this offense. What are we seeing differently that we haven't seen in the past, where those passes, those 30-plus yard passes, they're just wide open? And
Absolutely.
Coach Strowman talked about, it starts with the offensive line, but also they're taking these routes a lot longer.
Well, if you notice, Carlos, Chris Luna is always wide open up the middle, and I'm noticing that Frankie is able to find it, but the key is the offensive line and that protection. And Frankie, his size is 6'1" easily. He has good size, so he's able to oversee the line and see the field down, and he's able to see the receivers. And of course, you have the speed of Chris Luna, and you have some of those other receivers that get open, but that's the key there, is the pass protection. And the offensive line have done really well these first 3 games in protecting their quarterback and looking for his receivers.
We also had Jacob Hinojosa had a sack tonight. Once again, LBJ was threatening down the field, and so Hinojosa came up with a big sack, so I just wanted to give him a shout out. Also on the defensive side of the ball, that's right, number 54.
It's a good number.
Good job. And then
sophomore. I believe he's a sophomore.
Sophomore?
Sophomore, right?
Yeah,
he's a sophomore.
Cheering fan over there, cheering section. And then on 4th down, the Panthers on defense, we talk about making adjustments. They were a little disappointed that they weren't able to close out some games against Harlingen and McAllen Memorial, but they came up with, I think about 2 or 3 big 4th down plays here tonight, and there's Hinojosa right there.
And you know what, Carlos? I think, me personally, I saw it coming late in the first half against McAllen Memorial, where they were able to slow down McAllen Memorial in the second half. Yes, they scored some points, but they weren't scoring at will like the way Harlingen was and the way McAllen Memorial did in that first half. Since then, Carlos, so let's just say the last 6 quarters, the Panther defense has played really, really well. I think the coaches have made some changes, and it starts with a young man like that we mentioned, only a sophomore. I think they're giving him opportunities to come in, grow, and learn how to play in the varsity level.
Yep. And then so next week, now we go on the road. It's a Saturday night game, going to be on the road against Laredo United. And talk about a tough opponent. Laredo United, they're one of the top teams out of the Laredo area. They're always in the playoffs. We've met them. The Westlaco Panthers have met them in the playoffs before, in the second round of the playoffs. So it's going to be interesting playing on the road on a Saturday night against Laredo United, a good team.
Well, yeah, I think they played Laredo United about 3 or 4 times in the second round of the playoffs, and Laredo United has won about 3 of them. I know the Panthers beat them, I believe, in 2018 in the area round, and when they won that game, that was the first time that the Panthers advanced to the 3rd round since that magical 1991 team. So it's going to be a very good experience. Laredo United traditionally are known for a team that rack up a lot of points. They have a high-powered offense. They always have a very good quarterback that plays at the next level. So it's going to be a very good test for the Panther defense and just for the team overall as they prepare for district play.
All right. Well, they leave tonight healthy, it looks like it, and they're ready to move on to the next game, and then another game, another non-district game, and then they hit district in a couple of more weeks. But still some things to clean up for Coach Roy Strowman and the Westlaco Panthers. But they do win tonight. Here, the home opener, 27-8 is the final. The Westlaco Panthers beating Laredo LBJ. All right, that'll do it for us. For Mike Gonzalez, I'm Carlos Robledo. Thanks for joining us on the Knapp Medical Center postgame show.